Anyone recognize this guy? Kevin Smith. He's like an incredible filmmaker, cult filmmaker, Clerks, and Chasing Amy, all kinds of stuff, kind of in the Quentin Tarantino kind of crew. And of course, he's extremely cult following online, and a pretty funny guy. He's also quite large. And a couple of weeks ago, he was getting on a Southwest Airlines flight, and they kicked him off the flight because he was too large. And there was, some basically said you need to buy 2 seats, or maybe you're too big for this flight, or we're over our weight limit, or whatever. And so he took this picture of himself in the plane, and I think it was titled something like, "I'm too fat for Southwest," or something like that. "Hey Southwest, look how fat I am on your plane. Quick, throw me on." 143,000 views, tons of comments. This was out all over Twitter. So here's one platform to pick. And then, of course, it immediately jumps to People magazine, and everyone's talking about it. And partially because, if you would just search right at this very second for Kevin Smith Southwest on Twitter, you're finding 33,400 kind of hits. So this is kind of how crazy this went in moments. Here's the Southwest Airlines blog. His character in his movies is Silent Bob, so latest is Not So Silent Bob. So they're trying to talk about, many of you reached us out today on Twitter last night regarding this situation. A customer twittered about, it's not customary for us to talk about customer relationships online, but in this case I think we need to. And of course, the comments go and go and go and go and go. Followed by, ongoing kind of volleys with, here's Kevin Smith's Twitter account, and he's linking to his blog, and of course other people are chatting with them, and finally the people from Southwest get in touch with him, and then this is, posted by someone very senior. Here's how we've done our best to resolve this issue. It's not fully resolved, but again, they only get 1.5 stars, average rating 1.5 of 1,600 votes. But certainly, this is kind of one moment of how, at a moment in time, Southwest has been able to marshal their kind of social media touch points, from listening to Twitter to all this stuff and to their blog, to answer a critical PR issue at that moment in time. But let's not forget that these touch points that they have are also operating, doing lots of other things. So let's go back to the current state of the Southwest blog. They've got their new schedules available. They're talking about how they're flying people into South by Southwest. Here they're talking about the Dallas field, the airline field before they shut down. Here's the conversations of getting to know one of the VPs at the company. Of course, there's it's time for St. Patrick's Day. Talking about, they have their own podcast, Radio, so just kind of talking about leadership, more on leprechauns, what's the vector victor, the passing of your graves, all this kind of stuff. And then at the bottom, you see, oh, this is page 1 of 121 pages. So this is a very sophisticated conversation that they're having on their blog with their public, and it's been going on for a long time. And that's not limited to their video blog also. Which is, partially TV commercials and behind the scenes. And there's a video up here of their CEO playing guitar, and his wife talking about how, like, when he's aggravated, he just cranks up the electric guitar and leaves him alone for a while. So, it's how they kind of start to bring their personality to bear. And this is also in addition to their corporate Flickr channel that has 930 members and 8,800 posts. And then you see how this all starts to come together in their kind of corporate blog community site, which is the highly sophisticated install of WordPress, which is the most sophisticated blogging platform in the world, which basically powers the New York Times. And here you see it. Here's their blog in real time. It's all branded, and that's by Southwest. Here's their blog. Here's the latest photos from their Flickr community. Here's the latest photo. Here's the latest stuff from their video blog, all syndicated in one space. And then you scroll down a little bit below, and oh, here's a poll. Oh, here's their news feed. Here's their kind of corporate news feed, and here's their podcasts and some other things. So then all of a sudden, you see what they've been able to do. They've taken YouTube, Flickr, Facebook, LinkedIn, for all their social media touch points. They've crafted them into a branded experience that is way more than just, that is flexible enough to attack any issue that hits their organization, whether it's from the corporate kind of from the shareholders level to PR to employee engagement to engaging with contests or offline campaigns that can be nurtured online. They just have ultimate flexibility in a basic in their implementation of essentially a very basic and open source platform.